Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Coach Matt over here at EliteThrowsCoaching.com doing a quick video analysis today of, I believe it's Tushar is how you say that. He sent in a video to me back at the end of September, so that shows you how backed up I am on these things. The end of September to analyze his discus throw. And we're going to go through it here for you. Now, just like always, I'm going to play this a couple times and I'm going to take a look. So right off the bat here, let's watch it again. Right off the bat, you see does a pretty good job getting through the circle. It's nice and fast coming through the circle, and he accelerates to the front. You can see there's just a little bit of a, when I watch a thrower like this, they just seem stiff. It seems like there's not a lot of separation going on. So we're going to slow this down and go frame by frame and take a look at what might be happening. Alright, so let's take a look here. So first and foremost, he did it the right way. He sent me this thing as an MP4, a dot, as MOV, I believe, is when you take it on an iPhone. But with these, you can literally just click the right and left arrow on your keyboard and go frame by frame. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go frame by frame and take a look at this here. So you can see, pulls it back. And at this point, when he pulls it back, he does a really good job of getting that discus pulled back all the way. So you can see right here, it's back all the way. His hip is pointing all the way over here, and the discus is pointing kind of over here at the other side of the camera. As we go to unwind out of the back, you can see he's not getting his weight over his left foot. So this is what we talk about when we say low, left, and long. He's doing a good job of staying low, but he needs to start to shift his weight over and push his weight over his left side. Right here, kind of looks like if you were to push him, he would fall backwards into the circle. All of his weight is falling backwards. We want his weight to go around his left side. So don't do this ballerina crisscross thing and try to drive into the circle, try to fall into the circle. See how he's trying to fall and kind of rotate around his knee, and he's going to fall into the circle. He's going to actually land probably, I didn't notice it the first time, but guaranteed, he's going to over-rotate and land over here somewhere. Okay, so we need to make sure that instead of kind of trying to hop over this left leg, or instead of sitting our hips and our butt backwards here, don't sit your butt backwards here. Push, physically push your sternum, your head, your belly button, your hips need to get shifted over your left. And then that way you can pivot around your left leg. So don't step over the left leg like this. See how he steps over the left leg? We want to rotate, pivot, spin on this left leg. Get this right leg nice and long and go around the left. So hopefully that makes sense. We don't want to do this thing where the right foot stays on the ground and then you're going to step over the left. See how he steps over the left? Don't step over the left. Pivot. He drops the heel. He's no longer pivoting. So he does a pretty good job going from this position here. But get that right foot off the ground. Get your weight over your left leg. Rotate around the left, and then drive down the middle. So you can see here, just watch the feet. So that right leg is not long enough. That right leg barely gets outside the circle. That's because he's not on his left side. He's not rotating around his left. Now let's watch. Don't keep an eye on the discus. Keep an eye on the feet. Boom. There's the over rotation into the right side of that circle. He should be down here, a little bit deeper into the circle, and right in the middle. And you can see he's landing over here. So he's over rotating. See how far over? Where that left foot should be here, the right foot should be here. He's over-rotated, and that's because he's falling into the circle. That all comes from this position here. Instead of taking this left knee and opening the left knee and falling, see how it looks like he's falling backwards? See that? How he's falling backwards? Don't fall backwards. Pivot on your left foot. Get your weight onto your left leg and pivot. So here's a great way of explaining this. Pivot on one foot and do a 360. So everybody, wherever you are, stand up, pivot on one foot and do a 360. Just spin around on one foot. You have to shift your weight. You have to balance on your left foot in order to do that. Right here, he's not balanced on his left foot. If he were to do a 360 right now, he would fall over. You need to shift your weight and balance on your left foot and then rotate around. So if you just stood up right now, kept all your weight on your right, and tried to spin on your left, you'd fall over. If you tried to walk without shifting your weight, you would fall over. You need to shift the weight over this left foot in the back and pivot around. Don't do this thing where you're diving and falling into the circle because it's causing you to over-rotate. Boom, over here. You're not balanced. You're not able to drive. That's not a powerful position. We need to get in a powerful position. You should look like a sprinter coming out of starting blocks, driving down that circle. But instead, we've got this weird crisscross kind of ballerina looking thing, and that's not a powerful position. The only thing that's giving you power is unwinding, spinning, unwinding with that left arm. See how that left arm winds around and spins you into an over rotation? Pivot on the left and run. Don't fall and spin. Pivot and run. This is a fall and a spin. Okay? The other thing this does, although he does have pretty good separation, you can see now how he's thinking about driving and he's spinning. So now he loses separation. Now the discus is coming in front of the hip, and this left arm is open way too early. At this point, you should hold this left arm back. You should be trying to reach for that water bottle or reach for that bag on the ground. Reach that left arm out. Reach for the back of the circle. Because when you get in your power position, remember, for me, I define the power position as when the left foot touches the ground. In this position, this left arm should be pointed at the bag. And your right arm with the discus should be all the way back here, up in the air. So you're opened up way too early. And you can see what that causes. The weight is shifted. You opened up way too early. The weight is not back over the right leg. The weight is in between your feet. And because of that, when you go to push, you're all over. You can't push anymore after this point. Okay? There's nothing to push with. You're just lifting the foot up off the ground. You're shifting your weight forward, but you're not pushing off the ground. That's because your weight's not on the right. You can't move weight from the right to the left if the weight's not on the right. You've got to keep the weight on the right and then transfer that weight onto the left, block, and throw. Do you see that right there? How you're opening too early, that left arm. The discus isn't as far back as it should be. And you're not pushing with that right leg. You're just shifting and picking it up off the ground. So you're losing a lot of stretch. You're losing a lot of torque. You're losing a lot of power. And it all starts right here in the back. So this is the first thing I would do. The first correction that you need to make is in the back of the circle. Low, left, and long. Stay low. Shift your weight. Shift your hips shift your sternum, shift your belly button, shift your butt over your left side, over your left knee. So physically shift them over and pivot on your left leg. So this right leg is going to come around nice and wide. You're going to pivot on the left, come around nice and wide, and then you're going to drive and run down the circle. That's going to get your foot in a better position. So that's going to get your foot right about here. Okay? We're going to keep that left arm back. We're going to keep that left arm closed, reaching for the back of the circle. That's going to help to keep your weight back. And if your weight stays back on the right, that means you can transfer that weight and push that weight. Physically push with your leg. Push that weight onto your left. Transfer onto that left, and then release. Right now, it's not there, and it all starts from the back of the circle. So those are the big three things. Shift your weight over that left, get around your left, pivot on your left, spin on your left, whatever you want to tell yourself to make it happen. Rotate on your left, drive to the middle, keep your left arm back behind you, reach for the bag, reach for the water bottle, and then push, actively push that weight from your right onto your left, transfer, explode, release. All right, so that's what it's going to do. Start in the back. Don't fix any of this. Start in the back first. That's going to get you landing in a better spot. Once you fix the back and you're landing in a better spot, work on keeping your left arm closed. Once the left arm stays closed, then you're going to have more weight behind you, and then you can work on transferring your weight from right to left. Okay? So you've got to do it in that order. You've got to start at the beginning, fix what's back here, fix what's at the middle, and then fix what's at your release. All right, so hopefully this makes sense. As always, if it doesn't make sense, just shoot me an email, let me know. Again, guys, make sure you go to EliteThrowsCoaching.com. We have a brand new website that just launched. It's still working some of the bugs out of it, but a brand new website that just launched. This is where you're going to see things like our video analysis, ebooks, videos, camps, clinics, and all that stuff. So make sure to go check that out, EliteThrowsCoaching.com. And if there's any questions on this video, you can email them to me or leave it in the comment section down below. Hope you guys are doing a great job with your throws and kicking butt out there, and I will talk to you real soon.